Hello, sixth graders, and happy Friday. Today we're going to do a review of all of the different shapes that we've been finding the area of. I know that you're going to do a great job, and so does Mr. Smiles. You're even getting the 2 thumbs up today. Let's dive right into our video. Let's start with a do now. Erica bought a 12-pound bag of apples. She used 3/4 of the apples to make a pie. How many pounds of apples did Erica bake into her pie? Well, if I split 12 into fourths, how many will go in each box? 12 divided by 4 is 3. Erica used 3/4 of the apples. So, how many apples did Erica use? Well, 3 times 3 is 9. Erica used 9 pounds of apples. Let's look at the second question. Mr. Johansson planned to use 1/3 of his classroom space for computers. Of that space, 1/2 of it will be used for ST Math. What fraction of the total classroom space will be used for ST Math? Well, Mr. Johansson is using 1/3, make your paper look like mine, of his classroom for computers and using half of that space for ST Math. So what fraction is he using? What's 1/3 times 1/2? It's 1/6. Let's look at the last question. The table shows the amount of hours required to complete homework in each subject each night. 1/2 hour for math, 5/4 hours for ELA, and 1/3 for history. How long will it take to complete 3 days of ELA homework? So how long will it take to work for 5/4 hours 3 times? Write your answer as an improper fraction. 5/4 times 3 is 15/4. When I change that into a mixed number, 4 goes into 15 3 times with a remainder of 3, or 3 3/4 hours. Now let's find the base height and area of some rectangles. What's the base of the first rectangle? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the height? It's 1, 2, 3. So what's the area? The area is 12 square units. Go ahead and find the base height and area of the next rectangle. The base is 6 units, the height is 4 units, and the area is 24 square units. Go ahead and find the base height and area of the next rectangle. The base is 4, the height is 4, and the area is 16 square units. Now let's simplify some fractions. First, simplify 4/6. What goes into 4 and 6? 2 is the largest number that goes into both. So I'm going to divide 4 by 2 and 6 by 2. When I do that, what's my new fraction? It's 2/3. Now, simplify 5 over 15. What number goes into 5 and 15? 5 goes into both. When I divide both by 5, what's my new fraction? It's 1/3. Now you try one. Simplify 6/8. When I divide 6 and 8 by 2, thy simplified fraction is 3/4. Now, let's find the area of some parallelograms, triangles, and trapezoids. Remember, to find the area of a parallelogram, all I do is multiply base times height. To find the area of a triangle, that's half a parallelogram, so I multiply base times height, and then divide by 2. I only divide for triangles, not for parallelograms. Let's start with the first parallelogram. Find the base height and area. Well, the base is any side that I can easily count. I don't want to count a diagonal side, and I have to count the entire line from top to bottom. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember that the height has to be at a 90-degree angle to the base. So the height in this one is 1, 2, 3. If the base is 5 and the height is 3, What's the area? It's 15 square units. 5 times 3 is 15. Now let's do one more together. First, I need to find a line that I can count as the base. I'm going to count the entire line but nothing else. 1, 2. The height is how tall the parallelogram is at a right angle. Remember that the height can be outside of the parallelogram if it has to be. It just needs to tell me how tall the parallelogram is at a right angle to the base. So I can count the height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what's the area? The area is 12 square units. Now you try one. Find the base, height, and area of the green parallelogram. The base is 4, the height is 4, and the area is 16. Remember, I don't count slanted lines. I have to draw my height at a 90-degree angle. Let's look at the next one. Find the base, height, and area of the next parallelogram. The base is 2, the height is 3, and the area is 6. Let's do another. Find the base, height, and area of the next parallelogram. The base is 5, the height is 3, and the area is 15. Now find the base, height, and area of the last parallelogram. The base is 3, the height is 5, and the area is 15. I can find the area of triangles by finding the base and height, multiplying, and then dividing by 2, because a triangle is half of a parallelogram. Let's find the base, height, and area of the first triangle. The base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The height is 1, 2, 3. When I multiply 5 times 3, I get 15. Because a triangle is half of a parallelogram, I have to divide by 2. 15 divided by 2 is 7, with 1 left over, or 7 1/2 square units. I can also find a base that is a vertical line. Let's look at the second triangle. The base is 1, 2, 3, 4. The height is a straight line that goes from the base and tells me how tall the triangle is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the area? Well, 4 times 6 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. The area is 12 square units. Now you try one. What's the base, height, and area of the next triangle? The base is 7 and the height is 3. Now I can find the area. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 divided by 2 is 10 1/2. Now let's try 3 where they're not on a grid. The bases and heights are given. First, what's the base and height of the bottom left triangle? The base is 12 and the height is 4. Remember, I take the two measurements that are on a right angle with each other. 5 is a slanted line. It doesn't make a right angle. 9 doesn't make a right angle. What's the area? Well, 12 times 4 is 48. And when I divide by 2, I get 24. Let's try another. What's the base, height, and area of the triangle in the middle? The base is 15. The height is 6. When I multiply 15 times 6, I get 90. 90 divided by 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times. 2 goes into 10 5 times. The correct answer is 45. Let's try another. What's the base height and area of the last triangle? The base is 12 and the height is 8. When I multiply 12 times 8, that's 96. Divide 96 by 2 because it's a triangle, and you get 48. The area is 48 square units. The last shape that we've learned is a trapezoid. Remember, to find the area of a trapezoid, I have to add the two bases, base 1 plus base 2, multiply by the height, and then divide by 2. Let's try a few. In this trapezoid, base 1 is 8 and base 2 is 5. The height forms a right angle. It's 4. So let's do it. What's 8 plus 5? It's 13. What's 13 times 4? It's 52. Now, to find the area, I need to divide by 2. 52 divided by 2 is 26. Let's do the next one. Base 1 is 4. Base 2 is 3. The height is 5. What's 4 plus 3? It's 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 35 divided by 2 is 17 1/2. Now you try one. Find base 1, base 2, and the height, and then find the area. Base 1 is 8, base 2 is 6. The height is 4. The area is 28 because 8 plus 6 is 14, times 4 is 56, and when I divide by 2, I get 28. Try a few more. Find the area of each trapezoid. Go ahead and find the area of the first one. The area of the first trapezoid is 40 square inches. 7 plus 9 is 16, times 5 is 80. When I divide by 2, I get 40. Try the next one. What's the area of that trapezoid? The area is 18 square inches. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Try the last one. What's the area of that trapezoid? The area is 130 square centimeters. 20 plus 6 is 26. Times 10 is 260. Divided by 2 is 130. You've done a great job on this video. Now it's time to go to IXL Practice. Make sure you're showing all of your work. You can choose FF.3 or FF.4.